men are humans too and they have feelings too. So if you can't tolerate something he does to you, you should also not do that to him. Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to talk about something which is Men's Mental Health Month. This is Men's Mental Health Month. I just got to know and I thought of all the things which I feel about it and I wanted to talk about it to people. So yeah, here I am. From a very long time, I used to not see men as humans. Yes, I want to admit it. Be it my father, be it my brother, be it any person around. Because Bollywood has made the image like that men are protectors, men will do anything and everything. Like, I never had the concept that men can be weak too. Like, it was something like, this is something unusual. How can you not do this? How can you be ill and not you put a cylinder on your head and walk all over the house? Like, I have not seen anything like that. And I don't know if anyone feels it or not, and it's not about putting a cylinder on head and actually moving around the house. It's just an example. Like, I used to think men cannot rest, men cannot be tired, men cannot take days off, men cannot be frustrated, men cannot be scared, men cannot be emotional, men cannot cry, men cannot be insecure, everything. I didn't even had that concept. Men cannot have mood swings. But here I am today talking about it. And there are so many relationships, not actual relationships, and so many phases of my life because of this concept that has been spoiled. And probably I needed that to grow in my life. And I got to know about that they are humans too. And it is not because I am inhumane or I didn't want it to know, but no one around me told me anything like that. Like, I don't know, like, this video is a little unscripted, but I just wanted to share what I feel. Like, Instagram, where do youngsters learn from? When I was in school and college, I had Instagram. So the only way to have an image of men in my mind in my childhood was movies, because I have not lived with my father for long. He used to live away and his image was father is working outside, he's strong, he's able to provide and everything. And when he used to come home, he used to come for a few days, and in those days he used to go here and there, run errands, get stuff and help family. My brother also used to do things. I have seen him crying, I have seen him being lazy, but that was something which was very unacceptable by my family. So I used to think this is only my brother, like, he's an exception, he's a little like not so fit man. Like, not, I used to not think not so fit man, but I used to think he's very pampered and like, he's not being a man, he's still a child. But I had never had a concept that men are humans and they can have like days like this too. Because in most of the Indian families, they want their sons to be perfect. They want their sons to be strong enough to drive car all day, take them from here to there, and then come back home and do all the household chores and be strong. And if there is something inside the house, any snake or something, they want them to handle that. And if they are not able to do that, then either they'll call them he's still a child, or they'll call them that he's too weak to be a man. So I just excluded my brother from the example of being a man. No, it was not like I don't consider him a man, but when I see it now, he is a normal man. He's a normal, healthy man. And then I used to compare the people and the men in the movie to real life people or the men I used to interact with. And then I used to compare that, oh, maybe he's not grown up enough, he doesn't know how it works. There's a thing on Instagram, on social media, that is boy versus men. So I used to put them in boy category. He's not grown up enough when I was child here. But yeah, there were some issues with other people too, but in all those years I didn't realize there is an issue with me too and my thinking too, because no one told me that it's not everything you see on social media. And I have started seeing the gentler side of men on social media now. Before this, for so many years, my feed was filled with toxic masculinity and toxic femininity. Who used to support toxic masculinity, that he does this for me, he does that for me. I show tantrums 10 times a day and he still doesn't say anything. Like, showing tantrums is okay, but I got to know now that when we are showing tantrums, then men also feel something. Probably they feel 10 times lesser intensity than we women do, but they still feel something. And there's a certain reason why women do all of these things and stuff like that. And it's usually to get attention, but this is such a toxic way to get attention. And when I used to do that, I used to think there's nothing wrong with me, there is something wrong with him, that he's not able to take all my tantrums. And when I got to know, someone made me realize that something is fundamentally wrong with you, that you are expecting someone to treat you with warmth when you are cold for 10-15 days, and when that person is cold for 5 seconds, then you are like, my world is like crashing and this person is so bad and so wrong and so whatever. Then if your 10 days are valid, then that person's 5 seconds and 5 minutes and 5 hours should also be valid. So either both of the things are okay or neither thing is okay. And I got so offended when I got to know that I am wrong. All the things I learned from the internet and movies is so wrong. Not because I didn't wanted to correct myself, but I didn't know anything like this exists. And I cannot back up every action of mine using my hormones as an example. This was so difficult for me to understand. It was so hard for me. It was so hard for me to accept that the way women treat men, mostly the way we learn from the childhood to treat men, is so toxic. Probably men also do all of those things. I am not a man, so I don't know what men think. So I'm just explaining my side of the story, and I'm not trying to be a pick-me or something. There are a lot of things which men do wrong too, but I'm just explaining how toxicity about men was fed to my brain. And see, everyone's parents and siblings know that one day we'll grow up and we'll meet the other gender and we'll like form a bond, whether in case of friendships or other things, but no one taught us, probably because they also don't know. Yes. And you might have seen so many girls saying that he used to be so nice in the beginning and now he doesn't treat me the same anymore. There can be two reasons. Either the person was trying to love bomb you in the beginning, and another thing is you didn't value him in the beginning. And that actually exists. That scenario actually exists. And most of the times you are like, oh, we were in the testing phase, we were just trying to get to know each other, I didn't know how to handle this thing, he was so much affectionate in the beginning, I was overthinking, and in that overthinking you said 20, 30, 50 bad things to him, and you want him to be okay with that, and not once, repetitively. It's not only me, like, don't take it you are the only one. I have been working with so many clients, I take consultations of people, and this is a pattern with most of the girls. So this was something which was very unacceptable to me. Sometimes problem can be with us too, because there's a life beyond our tantrums and our neediness and us wanting to be babied. There is a life beyond that too. He has to provide to you to be your man for long term, right? So if you want attention 24/7, when will he work? When will he invest time in himself and build a future which you want with him? When? If you want him to be your short-term partner and then just baby you and not have a life with you, then it's okay, you can exploit him however you want, which is not good. But at the same time, if you want him to be there for you all the time and then build a future for you, like he also has 24 hours a day, right? And another thing is that this concept was also newly introduced to me, that there are a lot of mothers who try to compensate the lack of their husband's emotional support through their sons. This was such a new concept to me. Not in a bad way, but emotionally they want their sons to be present with them because their husband wasn't. And why was their husband not available? Because they didn't care about their husband's mental health. All they could care about was what is he bringing to the table, what is he doing for the family, and blah blah, other shit like that. This is just a scenario. There can be other scenarios as well, but this is one of the scenarios. And then that man is expected to take care of the mother's emotional needs, mother's tantrums. It's not your son's job, ma'am, sir, whatever. It's not your son's job. It is not. It is not. It's your husband's job. And then when he gets married, then all the responsibilities shift from mother to wife. And even if that man wants to pamper his girlfriend, the trauma of already taking load of the mother's emotions and everything gets reflected with the girlfriend or the wife. Or sometimes he has to manage both of the females. And managing females is not as easy as you think it is, I myself admit. See, as long as the female understands whatever is happening to her and she is into healthy femininity and she knows whatever she is going through is temporary and it will be fine, and she is showing her tantrums and her insecurities in a healthy way, it's probably somewhat easier for the man. But nowadays, people don't want to invest in themselves and they just want the other person to understand them the way they are, and they don't want to change. It's like this was a narrative, you won't have to change for the right one. It's wrong, ma'am, sir. You will have to change the most for the right one. Yes, the right relationship will trigger you the most. Like, you will sit with yourself and you will think, my whole life was a lie. Like, I have to learn every concept from the beginning. But I used to think everything was wrong. Like, oh, there is this side to the story too. So if you're getting triggered a lot in the relationship, in a healthy way, not like the person is abusing you or slapping you or something like that, in a healthy way, that person is triggering the way you think and the horizon of your thinking, you are in a right relationship. You are. And it's okay that you are not ready to explore that side, but at least considering that thing matters a lot, both for men and women. But now we are talking about men's mental health, so I'll be more focused on girls because I know what girls do wrong and why they do it wrong. So when I was little, I used to think, when you're a teenager, what you expect from your boyfriend or something, that he gifts me this, he gifts me that, he tells everyone I'm his girlfriend, he's always available for me. At that period, you are in school or college, so you have to pass. At that period, not everyone's parents are so rich that they give you so much money. So ma'ams, he cannot gift you everything which is trending. He is not a mind reader that he understands everything you want to be gifted and every way you want to be treated. Sometimes you have to communicate. This concept was not in my mind, that I need to communicate. I used to think he will understand himself. Communication was my biggest loophole. I used to not communicate nothing and I used to expect everything in return. So this is so toxic of females to do. Sometimes, yes, you expect your partner to catch your hints, because obviously, and which is okay. And when you are living with someone from a long time, that partner catches your hint if he is in a healthy state of mind. But sometimes the other partner is also stressed or not in that zone. So instead of lashing out on him that why didn't you understand my hints, you can communicate that, oh, I said this which meant this, you used to understand this before but this time you didn't. Is everything right, or it was intentional? You can communicating is the best thing you can do. This was a narrative in my mind because social media fed it in my brain that if I'll communicate everything, then what's the point of having a partner if he can't understand you and shit like that. But now I understand that I have to communicate. I am still learning how to communicate. and I'm getting better at it. Second thing is wanting him to be lovey-dovey and warm when you have been treating him like shit and so cold. Probably either you're about to get your periods, or you're just having a bad day, or your traumas. I understand everything happens to everyone or anyone, but the thing is, what if this person treats you the same? Will you be that patient and that warm? Ask yourself. It's like, how would you want to be treated? Like, would you want to be treated cold if your partner is going through something, or you would want that person to tell you, hey, see, I'm going through this, but that doesn't mean I hate you or something. It's just a phase and I love you and whatever. Because the other person is a human who have feelings. He's not something made of rock. Okay. And I don't know, the dynamics of the relationships can be different. I'm just talking about two people in love or whatever, if you're just friends too. The scripts can be different. Another thing I used to think about men was whatever he is doing is intentional. Oh, I wasn't able to call you, I forgot. I was with my friends, sorry. Done. But if he wasn't able to call you because he was in a situation which was about his life and death, or if he was in a situation where he just forgot, or he was so busy into something that he couldn't, then will his sorry work for you? That sorry for 30 days, even if he is consistent, won't work for you. Won't work for me. And I used to do, and sometimes still do, but that is not healthy, girls. That is not. I'm not saying you can't be friendly, you can't be moody, but the thing is, you have to understand the line to what extent you can be, because the other person is a human. And you have to understand that if that person is holding that space for me to be moody and being childish, then I need to hold that space for him too. It's not like if he's expressing, if he's being insecure, if he's crying, if he's like asking you too many questions, then he's just being a boy, or he is not worth it, what social media feeds you. It's not like that. He's just a human. And I'm not saying every man is very nice. There are some people who are not nice, but then you have to use your brain. I'm talking about people who are actually in a good relationship and who want their relationships to work, and who have social media as an example, toxic side of social media as an example to navigate in their relationships, that whatever toxicity is shown on social media is not true. It is not. The choice is yours. You can do whatever with your man. I'm no one to tell you. But the thing is, I have seen so many people where the man is always convincing his or her girl and always pleasing and always doing everything for her, and she is still unhappy. And still accusing him of everything or the another thing, and the boy is suffering so much silently. And the girl doesn't even hold space for her man to speak or express his feelings. She just doesn't want to hear. She just wants to speak her side of the story and wants that man to say yes in her yes and no in her no. Like, she doesn't want her man to have an opinion of his own. And it is okay if you are dating very young. There can be mistakes which both women and men can do. On our mistakes, we think saying sorry is enough, and on their mistakes, we think that it is not enough. He's just like all the other men and everything like that. But the thing is, if I can change, like in my brain, men were not humans. So I was fundamentally wrong. The same way, those men have grown up with so many other men, and probably they had toxic masculinities and masculine men around them too. So they might have some belief systems which don't support your belief systems, but that doesn't make them a wrong human, because this is how their upbringing was. So what you can do here is, instead of just abandoning the person or thinking he's fundamentally flawed, at least communicate that this part of yours, or this conversation of yours, or this pattern of yours is not something which I am used to, and something which is socially acceptable, or anything. And if after that the person is not ready to listen or not ready to change, then that's the problem. But if you have someone who doesn't know how to do things, or who doesn't know how things work, just because the people around weren't that much motivating or that much of a good influence, doesn't make him a bad person. If he's someone who's ready to change, it is worth investing. He is worth investing in. And yeah, that is it. I am just telling you what I did bad. I used to think if one pattern of someone is wrong, then he can never change. He can never change. But I have met so many people who want to change, but they just don't know how to change and where to change. You also need sometimes people to tell you that this part of you is wrong. I also required so many incidents to understand that, oh, I was wrong here. What if people have left me in the first go? I wouldn't be here talking to you, and I wouldn't have understood what was wrong with me and how men think and how important it is that we consider men's mental health too. Sorry if the words are little here and there. It's just a random video, but I hope you got my point. It is all about there are good men, there are good women too. We just need to understand, and even if you think there's something wrong with them, if they're ready to change, they're worth investing on. But then you need to draw a line how much you want to change them, and that depends on how much you want to invest, what your traumas are, and everything. But that was my whole point. Baki, I hope men are doing well too and you are treating women right too. And if you want to be treated right, please make sure to treat the other person right too, because she is a human too. And yeah, rest is, I hope you all live very happily, you all get over the struggles you all are going through, and yeah, happy Men's Mental Health Month. God bless you.